Hi, everyone. I'm WABC Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg, and this is Weather or Not, sponsored by TD Bank. Well, our brief blast of heat is now history. We hit 91 degrees on Wednesday, the 21st 90-degree day of the season. An average season has 15, so we're above average. But we hadn't seen a 90-degree day since the beginning of the month, August 6th. Now the question is, do we see another 90-degree day this season? Climatologically, the last occurrence of 90 degrees is in late August, but that's a 30-year average. I looked back till 2012, and since 2012, we've actually had 9 of those years have 90-degree days in September. So even though I don't see it in the next 7 to 10 days, there's still a shot at getting back to summertime heat if you want that scorching weather back. In terms of the storms we got that extinguished the heat, they came through on Wednesday evening. Some gusts near 60 miles an hour, parts of Hunterdon County, and a tree down on a car in Millstone, New Jersey. Nasty storms across parts of Somerset, Middlesex, and Monmouth County, and even the city got into some thunder showers, knocking out even one of our cameras here at WABC. They had to close the roof over at the USTA National Tennis Center because the showers were approaching that area during the evening matches. So it actually got pretty sticky there during some of the evening matches. It will be cooler and cloudier as we go through Thursday and Friday. We've got a big temperature swing coming up. In fact, a 15 to 20 degree drop. So you go from the high on Wednesday of 91, average high 82, and we only hit the mid-70s, and even that could be optimistic. I could see how we get stuck at a 74, so well below the average of 82. Looking at the overall humidity and dew points, measure of the amount of moisture in the air, we go from the sticky upper 60s to more comfortable 50s Thursday and Friday. And maybe some of you actually perceive it as kind of coolish, especially with the cloud cover and a cool northeast wind that, especially on Thursday, can gust over 20. And there's even a couple of showers in the forecast that I'll tell you about. Now, the humidity starts to come back up. There's a front approaching on Saturday. The good news is it's not a washout. So it's a fairly warm day. The humidity's coming up. It's decent out there. Clouds, some intervals of sun. But later in the day and into Saturday evening, we could have some showers and thunderstorms. And some of those could actually get heavy into Saturday evening. Now, that front is going to leave us on Sunday morning. The problem is it's actually a pair of fronts coming through. So that's why, if you notice, the dew points are still in the 60s on Sunday. So that's been a trend with a slower drying process through Sunday, meaning that we're getting that lower humidity and refreshing air coming back in on Labor Day. And that, by far, to me, is the best bet of the weekend. It's the sunniest day. It's super comfortable. Maybe it's not as warm as Saturday and Sunday, but it's a much prettier day. We'll get into the details in a moment. By the way, if you are an early riser and you're listening to Whether or Not early, there's still a couple of showers around towards sunrise as that front moves offshore. And again, we have a lot of clouds. That northeasterly wind just freshens during the day, and temperatures are very slow to climb. Again, we can get in the low and middle 70s. There also could be a shower in northern New Jersey, maybe even parts of the Hudson Valley. Nothing heavy, just a spotty shower. But there's a lot of clouds around, and it's rather cool. And again, the humidity is starting to drop. Similar story on Friday. You know, there's some dry air that's trying to work in from the east, so you may be able to brighten things up a little bit in parts of Fairfield County and Suffolk County. At the same time, there's a disturbance coming through in the upper levels that could spark some showers by Friday morning in some of our western suburbs. And then during the day, we may have off and on light showers across parts of western, central, and southern New Jersey, where the east end of the island's a little sunnier at times and in the low 70s, and it's kind of a mix in the Hudson Valley and into New York City. But overall, I think clouds will probably still win the day, especially from the city on inland. For the U.S. Open, what a different set of weather conditions for the Thursday play, which will start at 11 o'clock in the morning. You just got a mostly cloudy sky. It's more comfortable. Temperatures in the 70s. The players and the spectators are going to love that. So Friday stays rather cool. And in this position of this high over about Halifax, Nova Scotia, is going to nose into New England. It's going to be nice and sunny just off to our north and east. If that's where you're headed for the holiday weekend, it'll be great to go in that direction for nicer weather on Friday. We're kind of split. We might have a few more breaks in the clouds, Connecticut and Long Island. A lot of clouds from the city on westward, and again, a stray shower. So on Saturday, here comes that front. A lot of the day, it's just clouds, a few intervals of sunshine, and then a shower or heavier thunderstorm comes in later in the day and into your Saturday night plans. Keep that in mind. Now, that front will move east, so we're not talking about an all-day rainout by any means on Sunday, but we'll have clouds, some intervals of sun, and as this secondary push of cooler and drier air tries to approach late in the day and Sunday night, I can't rule out a passing shower. Right now, it looks fairly moisture-starved, so if you have plans, I just would say you might have to dodge a shower, but shouldn't be anything too heavy. The heaviest showers of the weekend will be late Saturday and especially Saturday night. Then Monday is the best bet. As cool high pressure moves in, again, lower humidity, maybe it's a little cool for some, but we'll be in the mid-70s. It'll be nice and refreshing, and we should have a fair amount of sunshine out there. If you are using Thursday as your getaway day, again, New England's looking good. We still have plenty of heat across the southeast. Some thunder showers here could still cause some delays. Same idea as you go down into parts of Florida. There's some showers and thunderstorms in Miami. Again, temperatures around 90. The biggest delays could actually come through the upper Midwest. There are some storms that prompted tornado watches in the Dakotas on Wednesday night, and those storms are going to be headed toward the Twin Cities on Thursday, so there might be some flight delays there. Otherwise, it's all about heat. Chicago's actually fairly comfortable in the low 80s, but anywhere from Kansas City down to Dallas, you're in the mid-90s. Front range of the Rockies are pretty nice. From Rapid City to Denver to Santa Fe looking pretty good. In fact, all the West really looking much better with a lot of sunshine. Of course, typically hot in Vegas and Phoenix, but LA looks great, and so does Seattle. A little hot as you go into Oregon. All right, in terms of the steering winds, as we go into the upcoming weekend, again, we're dealing with this trough or dip in the jet stream that will spark some of that unsettled weather later Saturday and Saturday night. And it's kind of this broad trough into parts of Labor Day. But I do think we get some drying and cooling into Labor Day with all the heat suppressed off to the south. So is the warmth coming back? Well, definitely not Tuesday or even into Wednesday. But there are some signs that late next week into the weekend, at least a piece of this heat in the middle of the country will try to make a run at us, and we get closer to that 80-degree mark. So even though we're probably in the mid-70s Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, we probably get closer to 80 into the following weekend. You can see beyond the 7-day, the Climate Prediction Center still has a signal for below normal temperatures, but you can almost just look at the orientation of the above normal temperatures. It's making a move eastward later in that period. So yes, below normal the 4th through the 10th, but toward that 10th and 11th and 12th, we'll start to see some warming conditions. And here's just a sign of it. Again, the cooling trend as we go into the weekend, we probably pop into the 80s on Sunday. Labor Day is cool and comfortable. We stay below normal through midweek and then closer to 80 the 5th, 6th, and 7th, and probably beyond as well. Something you'll also like to see is that our overall precipitation pattern looks like a below normal signal from the 4th to the 10th. Here in the short term, we've got just a passing light shower, especially to the west Thursday and Friday. Our best chance of showers will be later Saturday and Saturday night. The passing shower on Sunday, late in the day and at night. But neither of these days are washouts, and you can see the nice dry stretch Monday through Wednesday of next week. I'll look at the tropics, and there are multiple waves coming off the African coast and in the main development region here. The Hurricane Center is keeping a close eye in the central tropical Atlantic, not expecting any significant low pressure could develop over the next few days. There might be some slow development into the weekend. There's some indications there may be a tropical system toward the Leeward Islands and Labor Day, but nothing in the short term through 7 days. About a 20% shot. And if you see this particular model guidance, look at the spin that's developing on Sunday, 1st of September, maybe near the Leeward Islands as we go into Labor Day. That goes into the Caribbean. Doesn't look terribly strong, but we'll have to watch it closely. A more formidable or organized storm potentially forming toward the 6th. But the trend with that is if it would ramp up in intensity very quickly, that tends to recurve. With the pattern that we're in and the strong westerlies, we would have protection at least through the first 10 days of September from any storms that are coming out of the tropical Atlantic because we've got more of a trough in the northeastern U.S. Thursday, sea and sand, not the best beach day. Easterly wind 15 to 20 miles an hour, waves 2 to 4 feet, the water temperatures around 70, and the rip current risk will be on the moderate side to low. Air quality is going to be much better as the cold front cleans us out. Pollen count on the medium to high side. Ragweed is the culprit, and the UV index at a 7. So at 7 in the morning, we'll be in the upper 60s to lower 70s. It's mostly cloudy and less humid. A northeasterly wind at about 6 to 12. Clouds definitely dominate the day, kind of hover in the mid-70s, a cool northeast breeze that could gust over 25 miles an hour. There might be a spot shower, especially inland. We'll go for a high of 76. I could see us getting caught just up short at 74 or so. Breezy and much cooler, varying amounts of clouds, few intervals of sunshine, and just a shower in spots clouds, mainly west and south. Coming up short is what I was trying to say. 63 tomorrow night, partly cloudy and more comfortable. Again, there's a spotty shower, especially west and south. And on Friday during the day, we may get caught in off and on showers over western parts of New Jersey with more clouds and sun, again, mid-70s. Saturday's not a bad day. It's more humid. There's clouds, a few intervals of sun, an afternoon thunder shower that could get heavy into the evening hours. We're at 79. First day of September, we're in the 80s. I still think there's a fair amount of clouds around, little hazy breaks, and then a spot shower with a secondary cold front later in the day and at night, but nothing serious. Monday looks pleasant and less humid, by far the best day of the holiday weekend, and we continue the gorgeous weather into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. September in New York can be quite beautiful. That's your way your AccuWeather forecast is shaping up. You can always get your weather information on ABC7 NY. Thanks for listening to Whether or Not. We'll see you next time, rain or shine.